This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Razor consultants are standing by. Caller 9844999. Olo will play profile this coming up in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, a quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a police officer in Gainesville, Florida found a man slumped over his steering wheel on Sunday. Turned out he'd been huffing compressed air. Then the man woke up, took 2 more hits of air duster in front of the cop, and tried to drive off.
All right.
Where is this was in Gainesville, Florida. He probably hit 2 other cars, crashed through a mailbox, and got arrested.
Just imagine like his hair like sticking up everywhere, eyes all wide. He's like, hey, officer.
Huff and dust.
You look just like a cop.
Wasn't there a period where they had to like put that stuff away?
Oh,
I think so, yeah, man.
Compressed air just seems like you could do some real harm to your lungs. Like, just, you know what I mean?
You do harm to everything.
Blow your whole thing out there.
No, sure, I still figure out how it works. It's just air.
Is it like the keyboard cleaner? Is that what
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
An 8-year-old kid in Georgia hopped out of his mom's car last week to help an old lady up a flight of stairs, and a video is going viral online of it.
Well, it's nice that he got out to do something.
Sometimes I have nice headlines that I bring you. It's not all just people huffing gas.
And then the little kid robbed her and huffed gas. Didn't quite finish the story.
Come on now.
Sometimes I just wonder what it says for a world of a whole.
Right, it does.
With bad news.
Somebody's
Right, like
nice.
this has gone viral because the kid did a
Nice
thing.
thing.
Did a good thing,
And
right?
8-year-old isn't a cynic yet.
Normally he would just mug her or whatever because he's 8. He's in 3rd grade. Of course he's going to do something nice.
A man in New York is suing CVS because they told his wife about his secret Viagra prescription, and he says it ruined his marriage.
Oh, I got that coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's some more details. It's fantastic.
Right? Hey, we're about to have sex. Let me just duck out here for a minute.
Like, she can't tell.
You can't.
You've been
no, you
flaccid
gotta-
for the next 4 years.
You got to
now.
plan that out ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, you can't just go, let me duck out here for a minute. You got to think like 45 minutes ahead of time, like, I got a shot tonight. And then you're rolling the dice on it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because those things aren't cheap, trust me.
How many false alarms did he pop? Did he go, man, I'm getting it tonight, pop it, and then nothing happened, so he's just sitting there.
That's
I'm
a
saying
waste.
not many.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that, Ted?
It's probably they planned it out. Like a date night.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you planned out like a sex night.
Some people do, Mike.
We'll have sex on Thursday.
Isn't that what a date is?
According to a new survey, the 5 best vacation spots in the world for single people are all in the U.S.
Oh, that was a worldwide. Yeah, was that a world? I guess
Really?
it was a worldwide
Yeah.
study.
I guess. Oh, yeah.
I know the number
Best in the world.
I know the number 1 was Las Vegas,
Correct.
and the only one that we couldn't figure out of the top 10 seemed odd was Maui. And the reason that Maui seemed odd was because it just seems like a destination that you go with couples, with families. I don't know a lot of single people like, dude, I'm going to Maui.
Right.
Because there's no real single type party things that happen in Maui.
Miles, Maui or Miami?
Miami was number 2, but Maui was number 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't
out
have
of
the 10, I have the 5.
Out of the 10, it just seemed like Maui was an odd call because it's the top 10 in the world. How is Maui in here?
I like
mean,
Maui.
when you go, the one thing that sucks about going to Hawaii is you got to like pair up with another couple. And like somebody starts talking to the other one at the pool, and they got a book, and then the next thing you know, you're eating macadamia nut encrusted shrimp with some dude you don't know from Kansas.
Or you just take my route, you go hot tub hopping.
But then you
Hot
still
tub hopping.
That's what I
meet-
did, man.
You still meet a couple from Wyoming, and now like you're sleeping at the pool. And next thing you know, it's like, dude, want a beer? And he's right beside you. Like, there's not a lot of single people.
Gotta choose your hot tubs better there, Miles.
That's right.
And macadamia nuts are delicious.
Oh, it is. So is the chicken. If you get that encrusted, you don't have to just get the shrimp.
A new survey asked people how they feel about foot massages.
Awesome.
Any other
I mean,
opinions in there?
that they're sensual?
It's a massage, so
38% say they're great, 34%, yeah, it's fine, and 9% of people think they're, quote, gross.
maybe they got nasty feet.
Yeah, I had a problem with that for a while.
You have nasty feet.
I did.
How? What?
They got cleaned up. Well, okay, this is going to be gross. A little bit of TMI. Watch
No,
everybody who's
tell
eating
us,
right
tell
now.
us. I gotta know.
So, On one foot, I had an ingrown toenail.
All right.
That was like pretty well infected. Like I had some issues going on and had to get it removed, and it was nasty. And then
What do you mean you had to get the toe removed?
the toenail removed, man.
Oh, they took the whole toenail
Not
off.
the whole thing, just a slice of it. Come on now. You ever never had an ingrown toenail? And then
No, not like that.
underneath both of my feet, underneath both of my toes, I had a wart issue.
You had plantar warts.
It
A
looked
wart
like
issue. That means more than warts.
You had
know what I
plantar
mean?
warts. That means you had a big seed
Wait,
in the bottom of your
But wait,
knee.
what did your foot look like?
it looked like I had frickin' barnacles underneath my toes, man. Oh, it was disgusting.
Oh, how nasty were your shoes? Like, did you have a
I have no idea, man.
Okay, well,
I'd clean my feet every day.
All right.
I wore socks and shoes, different ones. I
Does your
mean,
girlfriend suck your toes?
Did you use an antifungal? Did you use an antifungal cream?
no, I tried multiple times. I tried the hydrogen peroxide. There's this. The only thing that ever works is there's this liquid wart remover stuff.
Oh,
It
yeah.
turns everything white. That is
Right.
the only thing that has ever worked. But even the doctor said, you know what? Sometimes, honestly, just wait and they'll go away.
Wardex won't even cut that.
Oh, it was
Damn.
god awful, man, and it hurt. There's a baby in England whose first word was just Alexa, and his parents say it's because he must have heard them constantly saying, "Hey Alexa" to their Amazon Echo.
Damn. Think about that.
It happens quick.
Right?
First word is Alexa. Jesus Christ.
Crayola just released a new beauty line of makeup
No!
face crayons.
I don't know why I'm letting this bother me. I read this and I'm like, face crayons. And they're
Yes.
from Crayola. I don't know
Yes.
why I'm letting this get to me, man.
They got a bunch of different products, including
For adults.
eyeshadow, highlighters, lipstick, and more.
Isn't a face crown just makeup anyhow?
It
That's a
is.
phrase crayon, Ted.
Yeah, I don't know why it's bugging me. It just is. I mean, I feel like, look, if you bought that for the woman in your life, do you think she's going to be, hey, baby, I bought you some makeup from Crayola?
Just paint it.
Maybe she's really into them.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
A team of scientists and chefs in Italy say they've developed a pizza that helps prevent cancer. It uses a wheat dough, cherry tomatoes, broccoli, whatever that word is.
Broccolini?
Rob?
Oh, Broccoli Rob, yeah.
Yeah.
Broccoli Rob.
You don't know Broccoli Rob?
I don't know Broccoli Rob.
He hangs out with Brent Brussels sprouts.
Olives, garlic,
Alright.
chilies, and olive oil. No cheese, sauce, or meat.
Well, who the hell wants to eat that?
How does that cure cancer?
I've heard that the cancer diet is a vegan diet.
Are they saying that because it's somewhat Mediterranean that would
My
promote
guess is
healthy-
there's enzymes or there's hormones or there's something in there, but a vegan diet is the cancer diet.
So you said no cheese, no meat, but olive oil and the vegetables.
Yes, no cheese, sauce, or meat.
I'd still give it a run.
I would not.
Too much bad news can literally affect your health.
Well, no S.
According to a psychotherapist, constantly stressing out about bad news can cause you to lose sleep and develop anxiety and depression, which can lead to headaches and stomach problems.
Really, you have to be a psychotherapist to piece that together.
They need
Yes.
something.
Come on, man.
Wait,
Following
isn't
that
that kind
up-
of like what anxiety is?
Yeah,
Exactly what it is.
You're feeling anxious. Why? And once they explain it, like, hey, we know what a psychotherapist just explained to us.
A new study found being disgusted by things keeps us healthy because it helps us avoid germs and parasites that could make us sick.
Yeah, because your body naturally knows not to go near stuff that'll make you sick.
Well, we were talking about this the other day. Unless it's like gasoline, right? For the most part, your brain, if it smells good, a lot of times it's safe. Sometimes it's not. But like Febreze smells great. But if you spray it in your mouth, there's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Fun little
Yeah.
bit of
I think that's got to be more for just like, you ever seen those hoarders where the people just live in like filth?
Yeah.
They're obviously not using that instinct.
Yes. Clearly, they are not.
fun little bit of trivia. Does anybody know who the first Gerber baby was?
Was it somebody famous that we should know?
A woman by the name of Ann Turner Cook.
Didn't know.
She's 91 years old now.
She's still alive?
Yes, 91 years old, and she just took a photo with the current Gerber baby.
And ironically enough, she's back to mushed peas.
Yeah. She's now eating the same food.
I mean, it's kind of a vouch for Gerber, though.
Yeah.
She's still alive.
And she's still eating it.
A woman in Queensland was arrested for DUI, but she was not driving a car.
What was she driving?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now, but first, the game is.
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Steven Throw, can you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Craig. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Craig, you understand how this here game is played?
No, I've forgotten the second that you said it before. Can you explain it again?
No, I cannot. I am so sad to tell
What a
you that.
jackass.
But here is your story. And Mike brought this up only a few moments ago. There's a guy in Long Island, New York, and he started taking Viagra. The thing is, he didn't want to tell his wife. Who knows why? But to make sure she did not find out, he wouldn't use their insurance. He'd pay more than $60 a pill.
Oh!
At CVS. Well, a few days after he filled his prescription, his wife called the same CVS to check on her prescriptions. And the employee there mentioned that her husband was getting Viagra. Well, he says that his marriage is, quote, broken down because of that. So now he's suing CVS for violating his privacy. He didn't specify how much money he's looking for in the lawsuit. But do you believe that this exposed gentleman is black, white, Mexi, or Jew?
Oh, man, I got to tell you, this sounds incredibly white. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know there's a ton there.
There's not. Here's my only question, and this doesn't necessarily play into anything, but says his marriage broke down because his wife found out he's taking Viagra.
Correct.
That leads me to believe if this is the problem, she's not the one on the receiving end of him taking the pills.
Oh, no. See, I don't think it's that at all. So I think
why would she be upset then?
Look, because we're men. I get that it's kind of odd, but if she didn't know what was going on, then she takes it as like a personal affront. That
You mean that I'm not good looking enough where
it.
you can just absolutely just get
divorce
excited
her. If
without-
she's that stupid, then be done. Don't worry about it. Good
Trust
God.
me, that could be the other thing.
Christ.
Right. That's what I initially thought it was.
I mean, I go
Oh
to the
my
gym,
God.
I do yoga, I eat. Well, I mean, look at my body. I look great for my age, and you have to take that.
I sure do.
and I honestly,
It's your nagging that makes it go away.
right. Just, I don't know.
And-
But I
Or
feel
Or could
bad-
be we've been
York
together
was
for
the
30
thing?
years.
I feel bad for the guy because he paid
Right.
for it. He specifically was
Right.
like, "Don't tell her," and they ran and told her. But I'm with you. I don't know why. I just think it's white.
Okay, Craig, what do you think? Final answer.
What part of New York was this in again?
Long Island.
Long Island. I'm going white.
Right, final answer. All right, Craig, we'll find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Jewish next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this today takes us to Long Island, New York, and a man who was buying Viagra from his CVS, but because he didn't want his wife to know that he was buying the Viagra, he was actually paying for it in cash and not using their medical plan, whatever. Either way, the wife calls CVS one day, and she wants to know if her prescription's ready, and the pharmacist says, sure, come on down and pick up your prescription. Also, your husband's prescription of Viagra is ready as well. So he was busted, and I guess his marriage is kind of broke down since this point.
That is what he says.
One
Who
of
knows
two
why?
ways.
Right, one of two
One
ways.
of two ways is definitely true.
Right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wobbin is under the contention, as you are, Steve, the fact that his wife says, look, we don't have coitus that often, so where are these pills going? Where
Right.
Ted and I are under the assumption that she says, why do you need these pills to get excited when I've got a body like this and, you know what I mean, we can have sex? So we have two different views on why the Viagra is being acquired.
I don't
purchased.
have their age. I think their age would settle it, all right? So if the guy's like 55 and older, it's like, look, he's sleeping with someone else.
Okay, Mandy?
Otherwise, I would just think she would be in on it because that's about the age that guys are going to start popping.
All right.
So if they're 55, then in her mind, like,
Okay.
we're not having sex, and maybe you're fine with that. You've been together. But he's getting to, if they're like, say, in their 20s or mid 30s, you know, just saying. But anyway, Craig, we asked you, did you believe that this guy was black, white, Mexi, or Jew? And you went white.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no!
sorry.
Oh, Craig, bummer.
Jew.
Yeah, Long Island.
The situation, just being from the East Coast, Long Island, and what the situation is, I'm like, yeah.
Now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Awkward is something I like, comedy-wise.
Sure.
Awkwardness is generally pretty funny. You can see it, you know. Some comedies are specifically written to be awkward. Some are just, you know, like The Office, I would say, has great awkward moments.
Absolutely.
Seinfeld was based on being awkward.
So there's a lot of situations where it's very funny. And sometimes you see them happen just naturally and they're great. This is not one of those cases. This is one of those awkward ones where you're like, God damn, like this, please stop this.
Like you're embarrassed for them?
Yes. So we're going to shoot down to San Diego, KUSI, and basically they're in the studio. They're going to throw it out to a reporter in the field. He's at an event that involves a lot of inflatable things.
You know, usually when you're talking about the world of inflation, you guys, you probably notice, is that a good thing or or not a good thing? Inflation.
I'm sorry, the question again, Dave?
Is inflation in our world a good thing or not a good thing?
It depends upon what the topic
Generally.
is. What are we talking about? Generally, inflation? If you have an inflatable boat,
Yeah,
that's a good
if you
thing.
heard the word, right? But generally, when you hear the word inflation,
let it go, man.
Not economically.
Something good come to mind?
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you that you're right about, if you say good, you're right, because this is the world of inflatables. Give yourselves a nice round of applause, everybody. These are just the volunteers coming out here today.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't get any better. Because then he talks to some of the volunteers, and I don't know why they're so awkward with him, but it gets to the point where, like, one girl just goes, I missed the question. What is that? And then, you know, like the guy that's outside of, like, I don't know, like an oil change place.
Oh, yeah.
And he, like, flops out.
I love that guy.
Dancing
Everybody loves that guy.
Well, that's like their mascot.
Oh, no.
They call him out. The whole thing is very awkward. Go to the Men's Room Facebook page. You could watch it there. It's pretty amazing.
He's one of those guys who has no ability to ad-lib, so no matter what, he just insisted on whatever dumbass thing he can. When you hear the word inflation, like, hey, man, clearly this is lost on everyone you're talking to. Just move on.
Yeah, I also think he was just trying to set him up for a stupid joke.
I know.
And the guy in the studio was not having it.
They weren't even listening.
Yeah, it took, I mean, seriously, that first pause in between him asking, I mean, that's like a legit 5 or second pause, which...
Is he just staring at the camera?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just dead air, right? You know what? And the other guy's like, I don't know. And then he was like, inflation generally's bad. I have an inflatable boat.
When that throw happens, those guys have some stuff they got to plan.
Right, they tune out, man.
Yeah, they're like, look, man, here you go. It's like with this segment. You know what I mean? We say, here's TV Time with Ted. And right now, we're not even here.
Yeah.
Like, we went to a bar. We ordered some appetizers. I hope you don't mind the
What'd you
shrimp.
get?
We got the New Orleans style shrimp for you. The popcorn.
I'm going to eat it before we
But
get
that's
back.
what I'm saying. Like,
I know the
normally
exact strip you're talking about.
Normally you check out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a Chipotle popcorn shrimp.
Just throw it for a second. And then, like, just give me 20, 30 seconds to get my stuff together. And then we can come back and we can communicate. But, like, your first thing is, what do you think about when you think about inflatables? Like, now you're throwing this back on me. This is your assignment, dude. You tell me what's going on there.
Oh, I think they're all in the wrong.
Okay.
Like, that guy's joke wasn't the best, but
No.
I think the studio guy also could have helped him out a little bit.
He could have
When
helped
said,
him.
I have an inflatable boat. Like, he just clearly doesn't want to walk down the no
I think
inflation
that-
is bad.
I think that guy did traffic reports for us on the machine. He's terrible.
Well, and I think that's the other thing, too. Everybody's scared this day and age. Like, do I want to say anything about inflation on the news? Maybe some people think it's good. Maybe some people think it's bad. Speaking of being careful of what you say, TMZ is reporting that a new Roseanne show will be announced soon. We talked about this a little. We've been talking about this for a while. Basically, Sarah Gilbert, her character Darlene, who's one of the more famous characters on the show. There's talk she might get a show. Either way, she did finally kind of come out in public yesterday. Of course, you know her from The Talk as well, so she was on there, and basically this is what she had to say about the situation.
In addition to my statement, I would like to say this has been a very difficult week. A lot of people have been hurt by this. I will say I'm proud of the show we made. The show has always been about diversity, love, and inclusion. And it's sad to see it end in this way. I'm sad for the people who lost their jobs in the process. However, I do stand behind the decision that ABC made.
Right, so obviously if there's a show that's her spinoff, they're going to do that as well. Also,
Was she talking to like a black congregation?
All right, thank you. I was just about to say, is that show always like that?
Look, I don't know. I don't watch the show, but when I just heard the audience reaction to everything she said, it took me back to these days when I'm a kid, and if you visited either one of my grandmothers, you were going to church. I just was not a church kid, but if you're there, you're going to church. There's nothing you can say about it. But it didn't matter what the preacher said when he was done with the sentence. Oh yeah. Through the whole thing. So I'm hearing that, like, where is she?
Dude, you just beat me to that. I was about to say, like, did this happen every day on the show?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? If she's the main draw and it works, good.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
But I don't think that she is. And I think it's more of Roseanne and I guess
it is, but if it's a spinoff, it's a different show, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, the people, even if they got a third of the viewership, they'd be fine.
Look, man, Frasier was a spinoff, and it didn't bring anyone from Cheers, right? I mean, in the end, if you like the character and you put the character in the right situation for people to enjoy him, no one's going to care.
But she wasn't that character in that show.
No,
and
she was not.
I was like, she's not the right pick. Like, you try, like, Han Solo in theory, because we had on Your Guess as Good as Mine. Like, that's the number one character.
Darlene's the second most popular character on that show.
She's the only other person on that show.
Like, because people were saying, like, you could spin it off with just Dan.
No.
Right? And it's like, he was just kind of like, he's a big part of it, but he's the husband. Like, Darlene, like, Roseanne and Darlene are the only two names I remembered from that show when it was first on the show.
She's the only one that had a personality.
She's the right character then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But, like I keep saying, though, I would also remind people that Roseanne's audience also cut in half after the first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So as she got fired, her ratings were still very good, but it wasn't, in a top 10 rating for a week. When she posted that 20.0 or 20.1 million, that was massive, right?
Yeah.
So she was still top 5 before she got canceled, but it had gone down to 10 million.
Right.
So, and that, take Roseanne and what she tweeted out of it, some of those shows, like, I don't know, like it was the first 3 weeks of it being back. People were just really fired up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, you gotta have something a little more to stand on, or just not stand on, just stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 shows. Right, there's a nostalgia vibe, but who knows? It's done now.
Yeah, well.
Wah, wah.
That part is
back to macadamia nuts.
It is funny. I can't eat a macadamia nut without thinking about Roseanne.
Well, she's the queen of it.
Yeah, because she grew a bunch of macadamias.
I can't eat a famous
She's
Amos
like the
cookie without thinking about the
macadamia
famous Amos guy.
Let's see. We talk about our favorite person, Becca.
Becca.
Right.
Not Rebecca, but Becca.
Becca. Becky, what do you think's better, Becky or Becca?
Look, Becky will be mildly annoying, but you might sleep with her. Becca is the fun police. That's what I hear when I hear Becca. Like,
Becca has sex with every friend you have. Becky makes food for everybody when they wake up the next day from the party.
All right.
I like them both.
I'm a little scarred from a Becca, but I can deal with a Becky.
Becky is more responsible.
You think?
Becca is out of control and a little bit more free-spirited in her diseases of STD variety.
That's the same Becca I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Becca, you'll remember, though, got kind of duped by the Ari guy on The Bachelor. Remember, he proposed to her and then rescinded the proposal, and they filmed all that. So she's obviously the Bachelorette now. So basically, Little John, you know him for being a producer, a rapper, a Golden Knights fan. Sorry, Little John. He was there, and basically, he worked her through a process of breaking stuff at a warehouse.
So today, as you can see, we got a lot of stuff in here that is connected to bad memories.
Oh, yeah.
So all you're going to do today is purge those memories by destroying it all. And once you destroy all this stuff, the memories are gone and you got a new start, baby.
Ari broke my heart, and so I'm ready to break everything that reminds me of him.
Break all the windows of Ari's car!
Oh, God, that's so satisfying!
Hit it with a sledgehammer! Turn down for what? Yes! Turn down for what? Yeah! Turn down for what? Break those hearts like Ari broke yours!
Oh, my God. Is this the actual show?
Yes.
People love it.
They do.
Drama.
And I got to admit, if I'm going to go to somebody for some help and they're going to work me through it, I want it to be Little John now.
Just smash stuff?
Smash stuff, and he's just like screaming, hyping you up in the background. Like,
why do you think people go to kickboxing?
There's actually a local place where you can basically just smash
I just
glass.
want to act like I'm beating the
Smash
hell out
what?
of someone I hate.
Glass.
Oh, no kidding.
Right, yeah. You can rent this room, right? And you smash. I don't know if it's like they do it 10 minutes, the amount of glass you smash, but whatever. Yeah, it's a local thing. I know some people that went and just beat the living piss out of whatever had to get their stress out. Even people that are generally happy are like, listen, it still feels good.
Everybody likes to punch something.
Sure.
The difference between like boxers and fighters is they like to get hit too.
That's where we're different.
It is, and it's funny because like if you ever meet like a boxer or an MMA fighter, like someone, it comes up often. Like, man, like you're thinking about a guy I know, and he's like, you know what? I don't mind getting punched in the face. It kind of fires me up. It's like, yeah, I know. That's why you're in the cage fighting.
I mean, it fires me up, but not in a way that I like.
Yeah, so that's the difference. I'm with you. I think a lot of us have an instinct to punch something sometimes.
Sure,
but the like, that's not that bad. I could take a punch.
I think the hardest thing is to learn how to not be involved.
Mm-hmm. Like how not to get hit,
how not to be involved in confrontation in numerous different ways, as far as your life, as far as situational things. In other words, I think it's difficult in life to pick your battles.
Yeah, but generally you just get older, and you just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, like, I can't get fired enough to want to fight you, man. I don't care. I promise you, I do not care.
As I say, that is the point of boxing, though, is to not get hit.
Oh, sure.
It's pretty simple. If you could do it, like Mayweather does.
Boring.
Captain Kangaroo's getting a reboot?
What? He was a creepy old man that should never come back.
No, he was not. He was a very creepy old man, but trust me, behind the scenes, he was hilarious.
Was he great?
Oh, yeah, man. Look, I was just reading this book about, like, early childhood shows, right? So when they first launched CBS, they launched it out of the same studio as Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Rogers, and all this. So they said basically the way it broke down, Sesame Street gets a shot, right? And they all kind of share the same stage, and Sesame Street would do its thing, but they pointed out Captain Kangaroo would be in the back, and he's getting dressed or whatever. And I don't remember who his, like, assistant's name was or whatever. But they said he would, and his assistant, I guess, was a very meek, just normal, good-natured human being. And the guy who played Captain Kangaroo would tell, like, the filthiest jokes. But every single day, just to make this assistant uncomfortable. But the way he would time it, all right, you would hear the guy warming up the kids in the crowd going like, and boys and girls, put your hands together for Captain Kangaroo. And he swore, like, at the moment he said, Guru, he would do the punchline of the filthiest, most offensive joke ever to his assistant, make him uncomfortable, and then run out there like, hey, kids. Because his assistant would be so disheveled all the time. It's like he did it on, he was relentless with this guy. The more I read about him, the more I liked him. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Who do you think's in charge of bringing Captain Kangaroo back?
PBS.
No, it's an actor. He's doing it on his own.
I feel like something Ashton Kutcher would do.
Is it like Pee Wee Herman or somebody like that?
No, and frankly, I don't know how.
All right, wait. TV or movies?
He's done both. Do you want a hint?
Yeah. I'm trying to think who would want to bring Captain Kangaroo back.
Do you think it'd be strange if Captain Kangaroo had 3 nipples?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Wow. Isn't it sad that's the one clue you can give? It could be anyone on 3 nipples. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg wants to bring back Captain Kangaroo.
We want to wake up kids and stuff.
Hey, come on.
Hey, I'm not going to make it. I don't know if he's funny or not, but he's going to wake up kids like he did when I was a kid.
I mean, in Wahlberg's defense, he says he's partially, he wants trying to figure out a way to get kids interested in science, technology, and engineering.
Let's blow some stuff up. I'll tell you how.
He is not going to be Captain Kangaroo himself.
There's no way.
Was he going to say, right, Bob, what's it, Keyshan? Was the original guy?
Yeah, Keshan.
I never would have known that.
I never would have known that either.
I mean, all the years I watched the
seasons.
show, I would have no idea what the guy's name was.
I will say this. He's rebooting it. I don't think they have a network or anything yet, but
he'll make it happen. He has a massive production company.
Yeah, Wahlberg wants
Has
to get
anyone
Captain
ever heard
Kangaroo.
anything about his hamburgers? Like even that venture is
Wahlburgers?
Yeah, they good.
I
have
think
you ever
they
heard
do
a review
well,
of
but
how?
I don't know. You're right.
When you
I think
venture
the
out on
show-
other things, I just kind of wonder, like, how do you? All right, that's cool that you're willing to do this. How do you do on your other side projects? Like we talked to Vince Neil, he was like, "Well, I've had a million different businesses."
Sure.
It was like Vince Neil window tinting. Like, how did that go over? Not very well, but other things went over really well.
But
I mean, I will say this. I've never seen like a scathing review of like the Wahlberg's burgers actually suck.
I haven't either. It's
So,
not like a Guy Fieri restaurant.
I'll tell you what, if I had to trust what either Mark Wahlberg or Vince Neil for a product, I would go Mark Wahlberg.
Exactly.
You just go by the success of things they've done. Vince Neil has failed at everything except the band where someone wrote music for him, right? I mean, essentially, you're the karaoke singer for a massive band. But otherwise, like Mark Wahlberg, whatever you want to think of the guy, I don't necessarily love him, but it's like, look, man, he's got his production studios, he directs things, he gets it done at least. Vince Neil is a joke.
Right, I agree with you. I even think that Wahlberg's burgers would probably be all right. And I want to say that's more the brothers that were involved.
Yeah.
And that's why he tried to get the TV show
he's
going.
busy. Yep.
Right?
Hey, we're doing yeah, guys, I'd love to help.
We're making Captain Kangaroo, man. I can't be flipping burgers.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. All right, Mike's got your headlines coming up here in just a few minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A woman is hit by a train in Italy, and instead of helping, a man takes a selfie with her lying injured instead. Meanwhile, China clears over 9 tons of trash from Mount Everest that climbers have left throughout the years and have spread. To Ethiopia, where a pastor says the biggest kick he ever got was doing a thing called the Crocodile Rock. A woman rides horse 4 times the legal limit to a bar down the block. And in a case of road rage in Oregon, man, it just proves that people are technically insane. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my call.
All right, our top story. We go to Queensland, where a woman that was already drunk wanted to spend a little time at her favorite pub. Thinking quick to beat the system, the woman hopped onto her horse and rode the animal while intoxicated to the pub. Police, however, were not amused and arrested the woman for having control of a horse while intoxicated.
Of course she's intoxicated. She rode the horse to the bar. Just assume it.
She was taken to jail and blew a .22.
Okay.
The horse was
better than a Desmond.
The horse was kept at the police station until they could transport the animal back home.
Or a horse.
5 kilometers away.
Yeah, like, this isn't the 1800s. Like, there's something. Where are you going to tie that horse up to?
She tied it up out front.
What, the bike rack?
That's how they caught her.
Right.
She tied the horse out front at the bar where people park.
I know.
And a cop came by and went, why is there a horse tied out front? And seriously, that's how she got busted.
Yeah.
But again, seems like a good way to beat the system. The horse can at least look, right? Because you're not going to kill somebody when you're out there walking your horse, are you?
I would think that's much safer than driving.
Yeah, technically, yes, correct. And when you're driving down the street on a lawnmower, all these things are true.
Right.
Like, yes,
Right.
you're
Unless you got the
more than
blades.
likely not going to inflict harm on anyone else other than yourself. So don't drive on the roads. So
Right.
if you've got 5 kilometers, go. It's better to go through your neighbor's yard more
Yeah.
than likely than it is to go on the street.
But even then, just because the cops find you, they'll tag you for riding a horse while intoxicated.
That's right.
Just don't ride or drive anything if you're drunk.
I guess.
pretty
I
much.
figured the
Or
horse
high.
would have a
Or
mindset. Around the world, we go to Italy, where we crown a man with the Douchebag of the Week award. A tourist from Canada had an unfortunate accident while at a local train station in Italy when she was actually hit by one of the trains at the station. She was rescued by workers and actually taken to the hospital where she had to have her leg amputated.
Jesus.
Where our douchebag comes into play is from a photo that was taken of the scene showing workers helping the woman, and off to the side of the platform, he is taking a selfie.
Of course he is.
With a battered woman in the background. The people of Italy are outraged, and the Man's Act, it has spurred conversation online about our ethics. Have you seen this one, Thrill?
I saw the picture. I just, my God.
He's even throwing up douches.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, this is a true selfie.
Right.
Amputated leg on the track.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I don't... Why do you... Okay. I'm about to go off on...
Don't hope to understand it, mate.
I guess not. I mean, even just taking the picture of her, I could fathom, like, whoa, you'll never believe what happened, but selfie,
I bet you they're duck lips.
Yeah, probably. In Europe, a team of 30 Chinese people have been tasked with cleaning up Mount Everest. For decades, climbers on the mountain have been leaving all kinds of trash up on the mountain. Now this team of 30 are cleaning the more than 9 tons worth of trash left behind, including all kinds of gear, tents, clothing, human waste, household waste, and other miscellaneous items left up on the mountain.
If you go up there, let's say that we want to go up there, Mike, right? And so we get a permit and we go up through a reputable climbing company.
Right.
Okay. So one thing that we understand to be true is if we're going to try this, we have 2 bags.
Yes.
Both of those bags must be filled full of garbage on our descent.
Yes.
So they're about like 17, 18 pounds, somewhere in there. But you have to come back and you have to weigh those. Part of the condition to go up is you have to bring trash back based on the fact that stuff's melting, all the stuff they thought when they threw in crevasses and everything else would... Well,
it's not working.
It's actually coming to the surface.
Right.
So they need people, after all these years, to bring that stuff back. And so they're asking, like, if you're willing to do it and you already made it, on the way back down, just bring the trash off of it.
Exactly. And they're actually talking about fining them if they don't have their
Well,
bags
they do.
filled enough.
If you don't have enough weight, they will fine you when you get back down.
Right.
So it's not. I mean, like, if that's what you have to do to get the trash off a goddamn mountain, I mean,
right. Yeah. We go to Ethiopia with a story that you would think would come from Florida. In a local lake, a pastor was baptizing a congregation of around 80 people. The pastor got through one baptism and was about to begin the next when a huge alligator jumped out of the water, grabbed the pastor, and drug him away.
Damn.
He was badly injured but pulled out of the water by the congregation, but despite their efforts, he did pass away from his injuries.
Yeah, because you were eaten by a dinosaur.
That's right.
By a dinosaur that was before Jesus. So ironically enough, you were eaten by a modern-day dinosaur that the Bible doesn't admit exists. Wow, that's a mother monster. That's a mother of a load, right?
A scary story out of Bend, Oregon. While a carnival was wrapping up, a woman was making her way out of the carnival and into some heavy traffic, as you would assume there would be during an event. While getting herself into the traffic, she squeezed herself in front of a truck. As she was driving down the road, she noticed that the truck continued to tailgate her. Thinking that he just wanted to pass, she pulls over. Then the driver of the truck got out of his car and began to assault the woman's car, smashing lights and windows with his bare hands. He then grabbed the woman by the arm through the window that he had just broken, twisted until it broke.
Compound fracture.
Yes.
Bone sticking out of the arm.
Right, and then he just started to just wail on her until her husband came to her rescue. He was arrested by police when trying to flee, and he's due in court.
That is amazing.
This guy's got to be on something. He can't just barehand all this stuff and go through all this just based on rage alone.
Amazing.
That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is up.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for a return of Who Sucks Less, What You Don't Need to Know. Another round of Profile This, and we will drink and toast with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this badge. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.